JayMike and
Joltter.
And today we're going to talk about the brand new Nike Hypervenom 3 Tech Craft Edition.
Do you know how early it is?
It's very early. I'm even surprised this guy is here with such flawless hair.
Listen, man. Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
It was a long night, you know?
I can see. Well, listen, no more thing about your hair, because we talk about that plenty enough. We're gonna talk about the brand new Hypervenom Phantom 3 Tech Craft Edition, because we've had more Hypervenom 3 colorways than we've had weeks since the release, I think. So it's been a good couple of weeks, but it's come out in the Hypervenom Phantom and the Phantom 3 DF version. First impression, Jolter, what do you think?
I think it looks very nice. I actually really dig the colorway. Very nice. You know, you can't really go wrong with dark colorways.
No.
You know, and this has like this, you know, camel vibes. Like I can feel them, you know? You know, I think it just looks very, very good.
I absolutely agree with you. Absolutely, and the fact that we have the different shades of green with, you know, the NikeSKIN making the knit area a little bit darker. We have the heather knit with the different like shades to it. It looks very, very good. And the boot itself is actually pretty interesting. As we know previously on the low-cut models, I'm just gonna grab
Bring it.
We had like, instead of actually having the normal upper material, we just had a piece of synthetic on the heel, and then we have a piece of leather. Like a piece of super soft premium kangaroo leather on the toe box, and that's it.
Let me...
Hey.
It's pretty thick.
It's pretty thick, but it's pretty soft. That's the thing. That's the thing. But that's also the new thing on the Tech Craft 2.0 boots, is that we no longer just have the leather. We actually have the leather on top of the normal upper material, just like we have on the high-end model. So here we actually have the Flyknit, and then we have the leather. The interesting thing is that, as you probably can see, we have the NikeSKIN on the outside here, but instead of putting the NikeSKIN on on top of the Flyknit to protect it, they just put the leather on top of the Flyknit instead. So there's not that
Ba-dum.
Someone at Nike deserves a raise for thinking.
No, this is funny because, you know, I'm actually finding this out while you are. So I'm listening, man.
But that's the beautiful thing. And actually, you know, it's a little bit stiffer than it is on the normal Hypervenom.
That's the first thing you notice.
That's the first thing you notice. And yes, you also don't get that same foot to leather to ball sensation that you got in the older Tech Craft versions and that you get in normal leather boots, but it's giving you a little bit more of a softer sensation on the ball because of the slightly thicker uppers. Normally when you have a leather boot, there's this soft inner lining on the inside of the leather, but here it's just Flyknit basically.
Yeah, I think that what, you know, makes it feel a little bit different from your regular leather boots, you know?
Yeah.
It's not as padded.
No, exactly. It is a very thin leather. Nike say it's their so-called Alegria leather, which is their most premium leather. And what it is, what it seems to me, I'm not sure about the whole premium Alegria leather thing. It feels different to the leather that they used on the previous Tech Craft boots, but
even on the previous
or the Tempo XX and whatnot. But what it feels like is that it's some sort of untreated leather. It's not coated. It's very raw. It feels pretty nice. And the interesting thing about this is that they've actually managed to include the pods. I'm not sure that they have foam. It doesn't feel as hard as the normal Hypervenom does. But they have the pods. I think they're full of air on this one. So you still get
Air.
Oh damn! You should work in their like idea department. Cook up the names.
You can use it, Nike.
But anyway, that's kind of the deal, to give you the Hypervenom feel, the extra texturing on the forefoot. To get that sweet striking sensation on the ball. So that's kind of how they build it. It's pretty similar to the normal Hypervenom, but just with a piece of leather basically.
Obviously, all of the same thing, just with the dynamic fit color.
Yes. Why don't you take them through the tech part of
you know, whatever he said.
No, but we still got the, if I can borrow that, we still got the dynamic fit color. It's still tongueless, as you can see. It's kind of been knitted in different colors here. You can just barely see that there's a black knit part under the leather, which is looks pretty cool. We've got the integrated flywire cables here to give you the lockdown you need while they can still move around, and same hyper-reactive plate that I absolutely love.
Would you still choose the low cut?
I would still choose the low cut, yeah.
Same.
I think it has, the fact that it doesn't have the material around the ankle is a little bit better for me, but I gotta say that this is a very, you know, the sock on the Phantom 3DF is better than the sock we've seen on previous high cut boots. But Joltter, I got a little bit of a question for you, because obviously
I love questions.
You love questions. Just gonna bring these out on the table because this is more or less a standalone color up of the Hypervenom, but as it happens, Nike have also kind of restocked these. So this isn't followed by, say, a Mercurial in black and bright colorway. No, it's accompanied by this guy, the 2.0 Tech Craft version. So I'm just wondering a little bit, what's the connection here, like colorwise? Do you see it? Because I don't see it.
You know, they're both dark. And,
yes.
Then there was light. I have absolutely
That is
no
the
idea.
explanation. PR stuff for the press release right there. And the good thing is that they changed, is that on the older Tech Craft 2.0, we had, when the swoosh came, the leather kind of stopped. And then there was a little bit of a bump down, and then we had the synthetic underneath with the swoosh on. And especially on the Mercurial, it gave a bit of a bumpy sensation to the upper. But on the Hypervenom, as you can see, it's just like, you know, there's just a piece of little paint around the leather. So you get leather on the inside. Yeah, you know. Stepping up the game from Nike. But Joltter, putting these aside again, let's just really quickly, what do you think about the new Tech Craft boots? Less leather, but they remind you more of the normal versions of the boots.
Do you want me to be honest or honest?
I'm
gonna be honest.
Politically honest.
You know, I seriously, I remember the very first Tech Craft,
yes.
You know? And the whole point about that was giving us some proper leather.
Yes.
You know, just to try out these Flyknit or synthetic boots with a leather upper, right? So, you know, this is kind of like a, you know, this is like in between. Now they're giving us like a less synthetic. Like, you know, I don't even know how to say it, but you know what I mean? Like,
you
know,
are on fire this
listen,
morning.
man.
Wow.
Yo.
Wow.
I'm fired up. I'm fired up.
Yeah.
And you know, I really hope that they would put the Alegria, like when I say Alegria leather, you know what I mean.
I know what you mean.
It was so soft.
I know what you mean.
Or like, give us the Pirlo upper.
Yes,
you
yes.
know? Give us the boot on the Pirlo upper.
Yes.
This is some real leather. You know, this is like, you know, I'm sorry, but this is not gonna cut it for me, you know?
No?
This is not good enough. This is not leather enough to, you know, make a difference from the normal Hypervenom.
I think it's nice. I think it's nice.
I would drop the mic if I had it in my hand.
Okay, but you can't walk away. That's the thing.
I know, but
Still.
I can.
That's
Progress.
I'm gonna be super brief. I also think that the old Tech Craft versions, well, they had something unique to them, and I think they were a little bit nicer. But I also like the direction that they're going with this compared to the 2.0. So I'd wear this, and I think I would actually wear the low cut version over the pure Flyknit one, just because it looks really good, and it doesn't feel that much different, to be honest. But it's a nice thing, and yeah, guys, that's the Tech Craft 2.0 version. As usual, of course, you can win a pair. And you gotta do that by telling us what you think the Tech Craft version should be like in the comment section right down below.
Do it.
And with those words, we're signing off. See you later next time in Unisport Web TV. Cheerio. The silent sign off? Wow.
I said too much, you know, like I need to like gather my thoughts. You know?
That's the reboot.